Across the planet, humans have built things that should not exist. Structures so massive, they bend landscapes. Machines so powerful, they orbit above us. Cities carved into mountains. Temples aligned perfectly with the sun. And some of these wonders are disappearing faster than anyone realizes. Today, you're going on a journey through the 50 greatest man-made wonders in human history, from ancient pyramids built for eternity to machines in space that circle the Earth every 90 minutes. But here's the twist. Many of these wonders won't survive the next 100 years. So before they vanish forever, let's begin. 1. The Great Wall of China, humanity's longest shield. Your journey begins in China, where the long Great Wall stretches across mountains, deserts, and fields for more than 21,000 kilometers. It is the biggest structure ever made by human hands, built to protect the land from northern invasions. Work on the wall started over 2,000 years ago, and millions of workers used stones, bricks, and packed earth to build it. Every part of the wall was shaped with simple tools and endless effort. When you stand on the Great Wall, you see it moving over the hills like a giant dragon made of stone. It fades into the mist on both sides, showing how much people can achieve when they refuse to give up. Construction took more than 2,000 years, with the Ming dynasty building many of the strong sections still standing today. The best places to visit include Badaling for easy access, Mutianyu for peaceful views, and Jinshanling for wild, untouched beauty. Walking the Great Wall feels like touching history. You step on stones shaped by soldiers, builders, and ancient travelers. Come during sunrise or sunset, when the wall glows gold and the watchtowers look like shadows from another time. The Great Wall was never fully connected, but even broken sections became a symbol of strength and unity. From this endless wall, your journey now moves to Egypt, where ancient builders aim not for distance but for eternity. 2. The Pyramids of Giza, Egypt's eternal stone giants. Outside Cairo, 3 giant pyramids rise from the hot desert, built almost 4,500 years ago for powerful pharaohs who believed they would live again in the afterlife. The Great Pyramid, made for Pharaoh Khufu, holds about 2.3 million stone blocks, each placed by hand with unbelievable strength and skill. When you walk toward the pyramids at sunrise, the first soft light touches the ancient stones, and the desert turns gold. You feel the huge distance between your world and theirs, yet the pyramids still stand strong. They were built to last forever, and they did. Their precision is shocking. The Great Pyramid is almost perfectly aligned with true north, and its base is nearly level across its massive width. It stayed the tallest man-made structure on Earth for 3,800 years, longer than any building in history. Visit early in the morning for peaceful views, or in the evening when colorful lights shine across the pyramid faces. As you come closer, the size becomes overwhelming, making everything around you feel tiny. Even today, no one fully knows how Egyptians move such heavy stones without modern tools. Their mystery makes the pyramids even more powerful. From Egypt's eternal giants, we now travel to a monument built not for power, but for love. Number 3. The Taj Mahal, a palace built from pure love. In Agra, the Taj Mahal rises like a bright dream made real. It was built from 1632 to 1653 by Emperor Shah Jahan to honor his wife, Mumtaz Mahal, who passed away during childbirth. More than 20,000 artists, builders, and craftsmen shaped this wonder from pure white marble, decorated with shining stones from many lands. The Taj Mahal changes colors with the sky: soft pink at sunrise, bright white at noon, warm gold at sunset, and glowing silver in moonlight. When you stand before it, you feel a love story carved in stone, a promise that has touched hearts for centuries. Its materials came from far places: marble from Rajasthan, jade from China, turquoise from Tibet, and sapphires from Sri Lanka. Its design is perfectly symmetrical, except for Shah Jahan's own tomb, added later, which sits slightly to the side. The best time to visit is sunrise, when soft light makes the marble glow and the gardens stay peaceful. Walk slowly toward it, and watch the monument rise taller with each step. Shah Jahan once planned a second Black Taj across the river for himself, but his son imprisoned him before he could build it. He spent his last years looking at the Taj Mahal from his prison window. From India's Temple of Love, we now travel to France, to a metal tower people once hated, but the world now adores. Number 4. The Eiffel Tower, Paris's iron finger to the sky. In Paris, the Eiffel Tower rises more than 300 meters above the city, built for the 1889 World's Fair to honor 100 years of the French Revolution. Engineer Gustave Eiffel designed this bold iron structure, even though many artists first called it an ugly scar on Paris's sky. Today, climbing the tower feels like rising through a living machine made of iron, light, and air. You can walk 674 steps to the second level, watching Paris change under you. From close rooftops to wide neighborhoods to the glowing River Seine. The tower used 18,038 metal pieces, joined by 2.5 million rivets, all completed in just over 2 years. More than 7 million visitors come every year, making it the world's most visited paid landmark. Skip long elevator lines by buying stairs tickets online and feeling the tower shake gently with the wind as you climb. Come at night when thousands of lights make the tower sparkle like a giant silver jewel. The Eiffel Tower was supposed to stand only 20 years, but a radio antenna saved it from demolition, turning a temporary idea into a global icon. And from France's iron masterpiece, we now cross the ocean to America, where a giant copper figure became a symbol of hope for millions. Number 5. The Statue of Liberty, the Green Lady of Freedom. In New York Harbor, the Statue of Liberty has held her bright torch since 1886, a special gift from France to honor American freedom and the end of slavery. She was designed by Bartholdi and engineered by Gustave Eiffel, the same genius behind the Eiffel Tower. For millions of immigrants arriving by ship, Lady Liberty was the first symbol of hope they saw. She stood for freedom, safety, and the chance to start a new life in a new land. Her body is made of thin copper sheets over a strong iron frame, shipped from France in 350 pieces, packed inside 214 crates. Her famous green color came slowly, as the copper turned to patina over 30 years. Visitors can take a ferry to Liberty Island and climb 377 steps to the crown, where the harbor shines below. Inside, you can see the statue's hidden framework, built like a giant puzzle of iron ribs. Her real name is Liberty Enlightening the World, and broken chains at her feet show victory over oppression, a detail most people never notice. From America's shining symbol, we now rise into the mountains of South America, where a lost city slept in the clouds for nearly 400 years. Number 6. Machu Picchu, the Inca city in the clouds. High in the Andes Mountains of Peru, the Inca Empire built Machu Picchu around 1450 for Emperor Pachacuti. The city sits 2,430 meters above sea level and holds over 200 stone buildings, cut so perfectly they fit together without mortar. Arriving at Machu Picchu feels magical. Ancient terraces appear through morning mist, and huge mountains surround the site like silent guards. Walking its old paths, you sense both the strength of the Inca people and the mystery of why this city was left behind. The world learned about Machu Picchu in 1911 when Hiram Bingham shared it globally, though local families always knew it was there. Some stones weigh over 50 tons, yet the cuts are so exact that even a thin knife cannot slide between them. Travelers must book permits early, especially during the dry season from May to October. Hiking the Inca Trail and entering through the Sun Gate at dawn is considered the most unforgettable way to arrive. Machu Picchu was never truly lost. Only the world's knowledge of it was. Next, we leave the quiet mountains for ancient Rome, where a massive stone arena once shook with the roar of 50,000 people. Number 7. The Colosseum. Rome's arena of 50,000 echoes. In the heart of Rome, the Colosseum has stood since 80 AD as the greatest arena of the ancient world. Gladiators fought here, wild animals charged across the sand, and huge sea battles filled the stone floor with water. Built by tens of thousands of slaves, the arena held more than 50,000 people through 80 giant arches. Walking inside its old corridors feels powerful, the same paths where fighters waited and emperors watched from marble seats. The broken walls only make it stronger, showing a mix of glory and the long centuries it has survived. The Colosseum rose in only 8 years, built with concrete, tough, brick and strong limestone. Its smart design inspired almost every modern stadium. Layered seating, numbered gates, and fast crowd movement. Take the underground tour to see tunnels where animals and gladiators waited before rising onto the arena. Visit at sunset when soft light fills the ruins, or explore at night when shadows create dramatic silence. The Colosseum's ruins came not only from earthquakes. Medieval builders removed stone and bronze to reuse across Rome. What looks romantic today was once a giant construction store. Next, we leave Rome's arena and move to Cambodia, where a temple complex was built to outlast time itself. Number 8. Angkor Wat, the world's largest temple kingdom. Deep inside Cambodia's jungle, the mighty Angkor Wat spreads across a huge area, the largest religious monument ever built. Created in the early 11th century by King Surya Varman II, it first honored the Hindu god Vishnu, then slowly became a Buddhist temple. Every wall is covered with detailed carvings showing gods, battles, and ancient stories. Seeing sunrise behind its 5 towers, with the reflection glowing in the still water, feels like watching a dream come alive. Walking its long hallways, you pass carvings stretching hundreds of meters, telling giant stories through stone artwork. Angkor Wat used over 5 million tons of sandstone, more stone than all Egyptian pyramids together. Inside, more than 1,200 square meters of carved scenes show thousands of tiny soldiers and legendary heroes. Arrive at 5 a.m. for the famous sunrise at the reflecting pool, then explore as soft light reveals hidden details. Spend days inside Angkor Park. Angkor Wat is only one part of this massive temple world. Unlike most Hindu temples, Angkor Wat faces west, hinting it was built as the king's funerary monument. Now we leave Cambodia's carved kingdom and travel to a city cut directly from a glowing red mountain, a hidden world waiting in Jordan's desert. Number 9. Petra, the rose-red city carved from living rock. In southern Jordan, the ancient city of Petra was carved into huge red cliffs around 300 BC. It became a busy trade hub linking Arabia, Egypt, and the Mediterranean. A strong earthquake in 363 AD damaged much of the city, and it was slowly abandoned until 1812, when a Swiss explorer rediscovered it. Walking through the narrow Sick, a 1.2-kilometer gorge with 80-meter stone walls, builds real suspense. Then the path opens, and the giant treasury stands in front of you. A 40-meter carved front glowing in rose-red light. Petra has over 800 registered sites, but only 15% have been fully studied. Its builders carved from top to bottom, shaping every column and statue directly from the cliff. Arrive at 6 a.m. for quiet moments inside the Sick, then hike to the monastery, a huge carved facade reached by 800 rock steps. The treasury was never a treasury, it was a tomb. Bedouins believed gold was hidden in the top urn and even shot at it for years. Now we leave Jordan's stone city and rise toward a modern wonder built to touch the sky. A tower that breaks the clouds, Cinémation. Number 10. Burj Khalifa, touching the edge of the sky. In modern Dubai, the Burj Khalifa has ruled the skyline. Since 2010, rising 828 meters with 163 floors, the tallest building on Earth. Designed by Adrian Smith, its Y-shaped base was inspired by a desert flower, and new engineering was created to handle strong winds and extreme heat. The high-speed elevator lifts you to the 124th floor in 60 seconds, making your ears pop as you rise more than 500 meters. From the top, The city looks tiny, and on clear days, clouds drift below your feet, making you feel like you are standing in the sky. Construction took 6 years, cost $1.5 billion, and used enough concrete to build a sidewalk from Dubai to Cairo. On clear days, the tower is visible from 95 kilometers, guiding travelers across the desert. Buy ticket. At the top sky, tickets for the higher decks at 555 meters, where crowds are smaller and views are wider. Visit at sunset to see daylight fade, then watch the sun set again once you return to the ground. The tower has no city sewage connection. Waste is moved daily by trucks, a surprising detail for a global icon. Next, we travel to a bridge America painted in bold orange, a span that changed world engineering forever. Number 11. The Golden Gate Bridge, the orange gate to the Pacific. The Golden Gate Bridge crosses the mouth of San Francisco Bay, stretching 2.7 kilometers between two tall orange towers that rise into the sky. Finished in 1937, it stood as the longest and tallest suspension bridge of its time, built during the hard days of the Great Depression. Its bright international orange paint helps ships see the structure through thick fog from the Pacific Ocean. On foggy mornings, the bridge appears slowly, with steel cables fading into white clouds. Walking across it, you feel strong wind, hear crashing waves, and smell salty ocean air, making the bridge feel alive. Chief engineer Joseph Strauss led over 10,000 workers to build it. The main cables contain 27,572 wires, enough to circle Earth 3 times. Before cars crossed, 200,000 people walked it during a week-long opening celebration. Start at the Welcome Center and walk to the middle for views of Alcatraz and the Marin headlands. Visit when sunlight breaks through the fog, turning the bridge bright and glowing. The bridge was almost painted grey, until the architect insisted the bold orange stay forever. Next, we head to Australia, where a building shaped like giant sails became a world icon. Number 12. Sydney Opera House, the shell that sings. In Sydney Harbour, the Sydney Opera House rises like bright white sails floating above the water. It opened in 1973 after 14 years of bold engineering and non-stop problem solving. Its designer, Jon Utzon, used early computer tools to shape the curved shells, something no builder had ever tried before. When you stand on the wide harbour steps, the cool ocean breeze makes the building feel alive. Inside, the curved ceilings reflect sound so clearly that even a whisper feels powerful. This is one of the few buildings where the architecture itself feels like it is performing with you. The roof has 2,194 concrete shells weighing up to 15 tons each. More than 1 million tiles keep the surface bright under strong sunlight. It is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site for changing design forever. Visit at sunset to watch the white sails turn gold, then purple as night falls. Take a backstage tour to see where famous performers prepare before stepping into the lights. The sad twist is that Utzon never returned to see his finished masterpiece after political conflict forced him to leave. Australia built beauty on the water, but our next wonder carved deep underground to move millions every single day. Number 13. London Underground, the world's first subway maze. The London Underground opened in 1863 as the world's first subway moving steam trains under crowded streets. Today, it holds more than 270 stations and over 400 kilometers of tunnels that keep the city moving every single day. Going down the long escalators feels like entering a hidden world under the city. Fast metal trains rush past like wind, and the colorful maps twist like a giant puzzle. Millions of people cross paths here without talking, but all share the same movement. The oldest lines still running are the Metropolitan, District and Circle lines. Over 5 million passengers ride each day. Safety updates include platform doors, CCTV cameras and emergency tunnels. Use an Oyster card, follow the clear signs and remember to mind the gap. Visit Paddington for old design or the Elizabeth line for modern stations. Some hidden tunnels hold old platforms, closed lines and wartime shelters the public never sees. London went underground to move people faster. But the next wonder cut straight through a continent, so ships could cross the world in days, not months. Number 14. The Panama Canal, the shortcut that split continents. The Panama Canal opened in 1914 and created a man-made path through Central America. It linked the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean using giant water locks that lift ships over land. This shortcut changed world trade forever by making long sea trips much faster. Watching a huge cargo ship rise slowly on a moving staircase of water feels unreal. You see engineering bending nature and turning mountains into a doorway for ships. The canal is 82 kilometers long, and it saves ships almost 13,000 kilometers of travel compared to Cape Horn. It works with a large artificial lake and a set of 3 lock steps that raise and lower vessels safely. Go to the Miraflores locks to stand on viewing decks where ships pass close in front of you. The museum explains how tens of thousands of workers fought heat, jungles, and disease to build it. The French tried to build the canal first, but they failed, and only a later American effort finished the job. Panama changed the path of the oceans. But the next wonder controlled a wild desert river with a concrete giant. Number 15. Hoover Dam, America's wall against the desert. In the Black Canyon between Arizona and Nevada, the Hoover Dam stands 221 meters tall. It was finished in 1936 to control the Colorado River and bring power to the growing Southwest. When you stand on top of the dam, you see water trapped on one side like a giant blue wall. On the other side, you see a deep, dry gorge waiting far below. It feels like people stop nature with pure strength and bold ideas. More than 21,000 workers built the dam during the Great Depression. They used 3.25 million cubic meters of concrete, enough to build a highway from New York to Los Angeles. The project also created Lake Mead, the largest water reservoir in the United States. Take a guided tour inside the dam to see long tunnels filled with the steady hum of turbines making electricity. If the dam's concrete had dried naturally, it would have needed 125 years. So engineers cooled it with pipes carrying millions of gallons of water to finish on time. America built a wall against nature, but China built a palace where only emperors could walk. Number 16. The Forbidden City, China's Palace of Secret Emperors. The Forbidden City was finished in 1420 in Beijing and became the home of Chinese emperors for 500 years. It holds more than 900 buildings behind high red walls and shining golden roofs that protected royal secrets. When you walk through its wide courtyards, you feel like you entered an ancient story. You imagine the quiet sound of royal footsteps on the smooth stone floors. Every corner reminds you that powerful dynasties once ruled from this very place. The palace covers 720,000 square meters, making it the largest palace in the world. There are more than 9,000 rooms, and some remain sealed even today. Its yellow roof tiles show imperial power, because yellow was once the color only the emperor could use. Visit early in the morning to watch sunlight light up the golden roofs like fire. Use an audio guide to hear simple stories about power, danger, betrayal, and royal life. For hundreds of years, common people were forbidden to enter these gates. Today, millions walk freely through halls only emperors once saw. China carved its power into royal palaces, but America carved its history into a mountain. Number 17. Mount Rushmore. Faces carved into a mountain. In the Black Hills of South Dakota, 4 presidents look out from a huge block of granite carved between 1927 and 1941. The stone shows the faces of Washington, Jefferson, Roosevelt, and Lincoln, each chosen for shaping America in a major way. Standing below the mountain, you feel the size of their faces, each one 18 meters tall. You see the deep cuts made by tools that shaped hard rock into human form. The warm light of sunset makes the stone glow orange, turning leaders into lasting monuments. Workers use dynamite for most of the carving, blasting away rock in huge chunks. They then use small hand tools to shape eyes, noses, and mouths with careful detail. The entire project was meant to bring tourism to the area and lift the local economy. Visit at night for the lighting ceremony where the mountain brightens slowly and the faces shine against the dark sky. The crowd grows quiet as the lights rise, creating strong emotional weight on the hillside. A hidden hall of records sits behind Lincoln's head, meant to hold America's most important documents. It was never finished, but the chamber still exists today. America carved human power into stone, but Egypt carved a lion with the head of a pharaoh. Number 18, the Great Sphinx, Egypt's lion with a human soul. The Great Sphinx has guarded the pyramids for more than 4,500 years, watching the desert change around it. It was carved from one giant block of limestone, making it one of the largest single stone statues ever created. Its body is a lion showing strength, and its face is a pharaoh showing wisdom and power. When you look into the Sphinx's worn eyes, you feel like you are looking into a memory from the beginning of history. Its face is partly damaged, but its expression still feels calm and watchful. It has seen empires rise and fall, while never moving from its place in the sand. The Sphinx is 73 meters long, stretching across the desert like a silent guardian. Its missing nose was destroyed long ago, and no one agrees on how it happened. It faces the east, perfectly aligned to watch the sunrise every single morning. Visit at sunrise to see soft light fall across its cracks and weathered carvings. You can clearly see the marks left by thousands of years of wind and sand. For most of history, the Sphinx was buried up to its neck, with only the head showing above the sand. It looked like a guardian refusing to disappear. Egypt built symbols of eternity, but Greece built the birthplace of Western civilization. Number 19. The Acropolis, Athens' crown above the city. The Acropolis sits high above Athens, shining like the crown of the city. It has stood on this rocky hill since the 5th century BC, watching the city grow below. Its most famous building, the Parthenon, was built to honor the goddess Athena. When you walk between the tall marble columns, you feel the power of ideas born here. Ideas like democracy, philosophy, and art that shape the world even today. The stone around you glows under the sun, making the whole hill look alive. The ancient builders used beautiful Pentelic marble, famous for its soft shine. The Parthenon follows perfect mathematical ratios, giving it a balanced and peaceful look. Its design inspired government buildings and museums all over the world. Climb the hill at golden hour, when warm light covers the city like a blanket. Below you, Athens stretches out like a huge sea of white homes and ancient ruins. The Parthenon changed many times. First a cathedral, then a mosque, and then an explosion in 1687 broke much of its roof. Greece built temples on hills, but America built steel across the sea. Number 20. The Brooklyn Bridge, the steel web over the East River. The Brooklyn Bridge opened in 1883, connecting Manhattan and Brooklyn for the first time. It became the world's first steel wire suspension bridge, proving that strong ideas can defeat deep rivers and strong currents. When you walk across its wooden path, the city begins to glow around you. Tall skyscrapers shine like stars. Boats move quietly below, and cool wind carries the smell of the East River. You feel folded into the living heartbeat of New York City step by step. At the time of opening, its main span was the longest on Earth. More than 20 workers lost their lives building this giant, and their effort still holds the bridge together. Engineers made the bridge extra strong enough to survive storms, hurricanes, and the weight of millions of people. The best walk begins from the Brooklyn side at sunset. Each minute, the sky turns deeper gold and the view of Manhattan becomes more magical. By the time you reach the middle, the whole city feels like a glowing painting. People once feared the bridge would fall. To prove its strength, showman P.T. Barnum marched 21 elephants across it. And the bridge didn't move. America built across a river, but Dubai built land out in the sea. Number 21. Dubai Palm Islands, man-made trees in the sea. Off the coast of Dubai, 3 giant islands rise from the water: Palm Jumeirah, Palm Jebel Ali, and Palm Deira. Each one is shaped like a huge palm tree built by humans in the middle of the sea. Construction began in 2001 using mountains of sand and rock to create more than 500 kilometers of brand new coastline. Today, luxury hotels, private villas, quiet beaches, and long roads stand where the ocean once lived. Dubai didn't wait for land, it made its own. When planes fly over the coast, the blue water reveals perfect palm shapes, like artwork drawn on the sea. Standing on the long crescent breakwater, you feel how Dubai pushes its kingdom forward, even past the edge of nature. Palm Jumeirah can be seen from space. Engineers use 7 million tons of rock and 94 million cubic meters of sand. GPS-guided dredgers shape the palm leaves with impossible precision. Ride the monorail along the main trunk to see golden beaches, shining yachts, and the famous Atlantis Hotel. At night, lights reflect across the water like a floating city of stars. The islands are not anchored. Underwater barriers quietly fight tides and storms every day, holding Dubai's dream in place. Dubai built paradise on the sea, but America built the world's biggest office to protect an entire nation. Number 22. The Pentagon, the world's largest office fortress. In Washington, D.C., the huge Pentagon stands as the command center of America's military power. Built in 1943, it became the home of the U.S. Department of Defense, guiding missions across the world. Its strange five-sided shape makes it easy to recognize from the sky. When you stand near its long stone walls, you feel the quiet weight of decisions made inside, choices that protect nations and shape history. Every room, office, and hallway holds stories of service, duty, and sacrifice. The building has 28 kilometers of hallways. More than 26,000 people work inside, soldiers, officers, and civilians. Engineers built this entire fortress in just 16 months during World War II, using speed and teamwork under great pressure. Visitors can join guided tours that show memorials, exhibits, and halls honoring those who served the country. It reminds you that behind paperwork and planning are real people risking their lives. Even with its giant size, you can walk from any corner to another in under 7 minutes, thanks to its smart circular design. From this center of defense, we now travel to a statue of faith, standing high above a glowing city. Number 23. Christ the Redeemer, Brazil's mountaintop guardian. High above Rio de Janeiro, the giant statue of Christ the Redeemer stands on Mount Corcovado, 700 meters above sea level. Completed in 1931, it watches over the entire city like a silent guardian. As the train climbs through the rainforest, small glimpses of the statue appear between the trees. Then, at the top, the full 30-meter figure opens its arms wide. A moment that fills visitors with calm and wonder. This monument was built not for kings or power, but for hope, faith, and peace. The statue is made of soapstone over reinforced concrete, giving it strength to face rain, wind, and time. Its arms stretch 28 meters across, as if embracing the entire city. Recognized by UNESCO, it stands as one of the world's greatest symbols of Christianity. Visit during the sunrise. The first golden light touches the statue long before the city wakes. Sometimes, clouds float below the viewing deck, making you feel like standing between earth and sky. Lightning strikes the statue many times each year. Teams climb up to repair tiny marks left by the storm's power. Brazil built a symbol of faith, but next, Turkey created a mosque filled with 1,000 shades of blue. Number 24. The Blue Mosque. Istanbul's sky blue wonder. In the heart of Istanbul, the Blue Mosque rises with 6 tall minarets and a chain of shining domes completed in 1616. It stands across from the mighty Hagia Sophia, creating a powerful scene where history watches history. Step inside, and the world turns blue. Over 20,000 Iznik tiles glow under soft light, each one painted by hand with flowers, vines, and patterns. The colors move like gentle waves, turning silence into beauty and prayer into peaceful art. Look up, and the huge central dome floats above you like a piece of sky held by stone. Iron chains hidden inside keep the structure strong, quiet, and balanced after 400 years. Walk slowly on the carpet, breathe in the calm air, and let the rising arches lift your eyes and your spirit. Visitors enter with covered shoulders and quiet steps. Respect fills every corner. Long ago, the mosque caused surprise because it had 6 minarets, just like Mecca's Grand Mosque. The answer? Mecca built a 7th minaret, turning conflict into harmony. Istanbul shaped faith into blue art. But next, France shaped pure art into the greatest museum on earth. Number 25. The Louvre Museum, home of the Mona Lisa. In the center of Paris, the Louvre Museum stands as a giant home of art, history, and dreams. It was once a fortress, then a royal palace, and today it holds over 35,000 artworks beneath its shining glass pyramid. Inside these halls, worlds open around you. You stand before the Mona Lisa, her soft smile watching you from behind thick glass. Her eyes seem alive, as if she knows a secret she will never share. Walk deeper, and you enter rooms where kings once walked, now filled with treasures from Egypt, Greece, Rome, and beyond. The mighty winged Victory spreads her stone wings at the top of a glowing staircase, one of the museum's proudest masterpieces. With over 72,000 square meters of galleries and more than 9 million visitors each year, the Louvre feels like a city made of art. Arrive early and go straight to the Mona Lisa before the crowd becomes a sea of raised cameras. Take your time. Every room is a different world waiting to be explored. During World War II, museum workers secretly hid priceless artworks in the countryside to save them from destruction. The Louvre protects history on Earth, but the next wonder floats high above Earth itself. Number 26. The International Space Station, a city in orbit. High above Earth, the International Space Station orbits our planet like a bright moving star. It launched in 1998 and became the largest structure humans have ever built in space. It is a real home where astronauts live, sleep, work, and fly around in zero gravity. Inside its long white modules, crews float like birds, moving with gentle pushes instead of steps. Through the wide windows, they see the world as one blue globe. No borders, no lines, only one shared planet. Sunrise comes every 90 minutes, painting the Earth in gold before darkness returns again. The station flies at 28,000 kilometers per hour, built by more than 100,000 workers from 15 nations. A true team effort in the sky. It weighs over 420,000 kilograms, packed with science labs, computers, and equipment. You can't visit the ISS, but apps like ISS Tracker let you watch it glide through the night sky like a fast white spark. Astronauts must exercise 2 hours every day. Without gravity, their muscles would become weak. Humans built a city in orbit, but before reaching the stars, they reached for the skyline on Earth. Number 27. Empire State Building, the lightning rod of New York. In the heart of New York City, the Empire State Building rises like a giant needle touching the sky. It was built during the Great Depression, finished in only 410 days, at a time when hope was hard to find. When it opened in 1931, it became the tallest building in the world, a symbol of American strength. Stand on the 86th floor deck and the whole city glows beneath you. Yellow taxis move like tiny lights. Streets stretch straight into the distance, and skyscrapers look like glowing circuits. The wind at this height feels sharp, as if the building is part of the clouds themselves. The tower reaches 443 meters with its antenna, and its famous lights change colors for holidays, victories, and world events. At night, it becomes a glowing lighthouse guiding the entire city. It is so famous that even King Kong climbed it in movies, making it a legend in pop culture. So many visitors mailed postcards from the building that it opened its own tiny post office just for them. America built upward, but Canada reached even higher. Number 28. The CN Tower, Canada's giant needle to the clouds. In the city of Toronto, the CN Tower rises like a giant needle touching the clouds. Completed in 1976, it stood as the world's tallest freestanding tower for 32 years, proving Canada could build higher than anyone. Ride the glass elevator, and the city drops away fast. In just 58 seconds, you reach the observation deck, more than 350 meters above the ground. Step onto the glass floor, and your legs shake as cars and people move like tiny dots far below you. The tower wasn't built only for views. It began as a TV and radio broadcast tower, but the world quickly saw its beauty. Today, thousands visit each day for the Edge Walk, where brave visitors walk outside the tower, hands-free, wind roaring past their ears. Go at sunset. Lake Ontario shines silver, and Toronto lights flicker awake beneath your feet. Canada built a needle into the sky, but Japan built trains faster than airplanes take off. Number 29. The Shinkansen, Japan's 320 kilometers per hour. Bullet of precision, Japan's Shinkansen changed travel forever when it launched in 1964, connecting Tokyo and Osaka with speed the world had never seen. This wasn't just a train, it was a new kind of travel, fast, safe, quiet, and always on time. You feel the future glide beneath your feet. The Shinkansen holds records that impress the world. 0 passenger deaths from accidents in 60 years. Average delay under 1 minute. Top speed reaching 320 kilometers per hour, faster than many planes during takeoff. Choose a window seat. Mount Fuji appears. Suddenly, a white triangle rising above Japan like a perfect painting. It feels peaceful, quiet, almost unreal. The train even tilts into curves so smoothly that a teacup won't spill at high speed. Japan built perfection in motion. And next, we move toward a masterpiece that refuses to finish. Number 30. Sagrada Familia, Barcelona's endless cathedral. In Barcelona, the Sagrada Familia rises like a stone forest. A cathedral that began in 1882 and is still growing today. Its towers twist upward like they were shaped by nature, not carved by tools. Antoni Gaudí, the genius behind it, dreamed of a church that looked alive. And he turned that dream into Barcelona's greatest wonder. When you step inside, sunlight pours through colourful stained glass windows. The light spreads across the floor like a rainbow waterfall. The Sagrada Familia is full of amazing facts. It might finish in the 2030s, more than 150 years after it began. It will have 18 towers, with the tallest reaching 172 meters. Every shape is inspired by nature: shells, leaves, honeycombs, and stars. Buy tickets early and visit around midday when the sun fills the basilica with color. Gaudí now rests in the crypt below, forever part of the church he never saw completed. Spain built a cathedral that keeps growing. And next, we travel to twin towers that rise together into the sky. Number 31. Petronas Towers, Malaysia's twin guardians of Kuala Lumpur. In Kuala Lumpur, the Petronas Towers rise like two shining spears touching the clouds. Completed in 1998, they reached 452 meters high, making them the tallest buildings in the world at that time. Their shape comes from Islamic geometric patterns, mixed with strong steel and concrete that let them stand proudly over the city. At night, bright silver lights wrap around the towers, turning them into glowing symbols of Malaysia's dreams and power. The Sky Bridge, at 170 meters, is the highest double-deck bridge in the world. Construction used 80,000 cubic meters of concrete and stainless steel crowns that shine under the sun. Book a Skybridge ticket early. Walking between the two towers feels like floating above Kuala Lumpur. The Skybridge is not locked in place. It can slide gently to protect the towers during strong winds. Malaysia built shining twins for glory. And next, Europe built a machine to discover secrets hidden inside the tiniest particles of the universe. Number 32. The Large Hadron Collider, the machine that sees the invisible. Far below the fields of Switzerland and France lies a giant ring of power, the Large Hadron Collider, the biggest science machine ever built. It stretches 27 kilometers under the ground, forming a hidden circle where humans chase the secrets of the universe. Above the surface, everything feels peaceful. Quiet farms, soft breeze, calm sunlight. But down below, the world transforms into a place where nature bends and numbers break imagination. Inside the collider, temperatures fall to minus 271 degrees Celsius, colder than outer space itself. Then the particles begin to run, racing at 99.999991% of the speed of light, like lightning trapped inside a metal tunnel. When they collide, the universe opens for a moment. In those tiny flashes of energy, scientists discovered the Higgs boson, the particle that gives everything mass, the reason you can stand, move, and exist. Visitors who join special tours walk inside detectors like a TLAS, giant glowing chambers that look like temples built for pure knowledge. The collider studies the invisible, and next, London reveals a bridge that appears to float above the river like a silver blade in the air. Number 33. The Millennium Bridge, London's floating walkway. In the heart of London, a thin silver walkway stretches over the River Thames. The Millennium Bridge opened in the year 2000. It links the ancient dome of St. Paul's Cathedral on one side to the modern Tate Modern Museum on the other. Old world meets new world with every single step. As you walk across, the river moves below, the breeze pushes past you, and the city lights shimmer like liquid metal. It feels like you're walking on a blade of steel floating in the air. Its design hides the magic. The suspension cables run underneath the bridge, giving support without blocking the view. This secret engineering makes the bridge look light, thin, and almost impossible. But Londoners gave it a nickname: the Wobbly Bridge. On opening day, thousands stepped on at once, and the whole walkway began to sway side to side. Engineers fixed it later, proving even modern wonders sometimes learn from their mistakes. Evening is the best time to visit. The skyline glows, the river mirrors the lights, and the whole bridge becomes a silver path. The bridge didn't just join two places, it joined two eras. And next, the smallest country on Earth holds some of the greatest art ever created. Number 34. Vatican City, the world's smallest country of art. Inside the city of Rome sits Vatican City. The smallest country on Earth, only 44 hectares wide. It is the home of the Pope, St. Peter's Basilica, and the world-famous Sistine Chapel. Every corner holds stories shaped by faith, art, and history. Step inside the Sistine Chapel and lift your eyes. Michelangelo's ceiling rises above you like a painted sky, showing the moment when God reaches toward humanity. The colors, the movement, and the beauty make the whole room feel alive. Only around 800 people live in Vatican City, yet it guards thousands of priceless artworks. St. Peter's Square, designed by Bernini, opens its giant arms like a welcome to pilgrims from every nation. Every statue, every column, every brushstroke carries centuries of devotion. Book your Sistine Chapel entry early. Silence inside the hall makes the art even more powerful. The moment you look up, time feels like it stops. Beneath St. Peter's Basilica lies another ancient church, and what many believe is the tomb of the Apostle Peter himself. Layers of faith stacked across ages, Vatican City united believers for centuries. But next, a wall of concrete once divided a nation and changed the world forever. Number 35. The Berlin Wall remains, concrete scars of a divided world. In 1961, the Berlin Wall rose through Germany, a concrete line separating East and West during the Cold War. Families were divided, streets were cut apart, and freedom was split by force. The wall became the most powerful symbol of a world torn in two. Today, walking beside the remaining pieces feels emotional and heavy. Graffiti covers the concrete, voices of pain, hope, rebellion, and long-awaited freedom. Every colour and every line tells a real human story. The wall once stood 3.6 metres tall. It stretched 155 kilometres around West Berlin. On November 9th, 1989, everything changed. People climbed it, hammered it, and tore it down piece by piece. Joy replaced fear as Berlin reunited. Visit the East Side Gallery to see murals painted on the original wall. History turned into art that speaks louder than any book. Here, concrete becomes a reminder of both darkness and courage. Not all of the wall vanished. Some pieces still stand as warnings so the world never repeats the mistakes of division. Germany remembers history in paint, but next Mexico remembers time in stone, where ancient pyramids rise like giants from the jungle. Number 36. Chichen Itza Pyramid, the Maya's stone calendar. In the heart of Mexico's Yucatan jungle stands Chichen Itza, a Maya city built between 600 and 900 AD. At its center rises El Castillo, a pyramid designed not just as a temple, but as a giant stone calendar. Every angle and every stair connects to the sun. During the equinox, something magical happens. Sunlight hits the pyramid at the perfect angle and creates a moving shadow that looks like a serpent sliding down the steps. It feels like the ancient Maya calling across time. El Castillo has 365 steps, one for every day in the year. It faces the 4 cardinal directions with perfect precision. Clap at the base and the echo returns, sounding like the sacred Quetzal bird. The pyramid doesn't just stand, it speaks. Arrive at sunrise when jungle mist floats around the stones. The air is cool, the crowds are few, and the pyramid feels alive. Deep inside the structure are older pyramids. History stacked like layers of time. The Maya didn't erase the past, they built on top of it. The Maya tracked the sun with stone. But next, America built a memorial for a tragedy that changed the world forever. Number 37. The Pentagon Memorial, Benches of Light and Memory. Next on our journey is a place of silence. The Pentagon Memorial opened in 2008 to honor 184 lives lost on 9/11. Here, memory becomes design and grief becomes architecture. Each bench looks like a rising wing, gently lifting a name toward the sky. If the bench faces the Pentagon, the person was on the plane. If it faces outward, the person was inside the building. It tells a story without speaking. Beneath every bench lies a pool of water that reflects sunlight like quiet tears. As you walk, the light moves with you, a reminder that every life still shines. Benches follow birth years, from the youngest child to the oldest adult. Families help design details, making the memorial deeply personal. At night, the names glow softly, turning darkness into gentle remembrance. Visitors move slowly here because silence feels sacred. Even cameras pause. Respect becomes stronger than photography. The air feels heavy but also peaceful. A place where love and loss meet. Memory builds emotion, but next comes a wonder that builds the future. A frontier where rockets rise and dreams lift off from the Earth. Number 38. SpaceX Starbase, the launchpad to the future. SpaceX Starbase in Boca Chica, Texas. Here, rockets rise beside quiet beaches, and history is written with fire. Starbase is a full rocket city. Factories, launch pads, giant towers, and the world's tallest rocket standing like a steel mountain. Starship, reaching 120 meters, is designed to take humans to the moon, Mars, and beyond. Standing on the sand during a launch, your whole body shakes as engines roar. The ground trembles, birds scatter, and the sky burns bright, humanity lifting itself toward the stars. Starship is built to do something no rocket has done before: launch, land, refuel, and launch again. This reusability could make space travel as normal as airplane flights. Crowds gather on launch days. Campers, families, space fans, all waiting for that moment when steel leaves the Earth. Ocean wind mixes with the smell of rocket fuel, and the countdown feels like the heartbeat of the future. Not long ago, this area was quiet farmland and empty coast. Now it's the doorway to other worlds, a spaceport for the next generation. Rockets chase space, but next, trains conquered continents with pure distance and grit. Number 39. Trans-Siberian Railway, the longest train journey on Earth. The Trans-Siberian Railway is the longest train route on Earth, stretching 9,289 kilometers across Russia from Moscow to Vladivostok. It travels across 8 time zones and feels like a road that never ends. Inside the train, life slows down. Outside the window, forests roll by like green waves. Frozen rivers shine like silver. Small wooden villages appear and disappear in seconds. Every mile shows a new piece of Russia. This giant railway took more than 25 years to build, from 1891 to 1916. The train does not rush, it moves steady and calm. Wild animals like bears, wolves, and elk live in the deep forests beside the tracks. Most travelers choose sleeper cabins. People drink hot tea, share simple food, and tell stories as the land passes by. Strangers often become friends because the journey is long and peaceful. If you ride without stopping, the trip lasts 7 days. But the best moments come when you step off the train into quiet towns that feel frozen in time. Russia built rails that stretch across a continent. And the next wonder shows how China built a dam powerful enough to change a nation forever. Hatton 40, Three Gorges Dam, the world's power giant. The Three Gorges Dam stands across the Yangtze River in China, completed in 2012. It is the largest power station on Earth, making more electricity than any other place in the world. From viewing decks, you hear the river roar as millions of liters of water rush through giant gates. The sound is deep and strong, like the heartbeat of a nation powered by a river. The dam stretches 2.3 kilometers from one side to the other, longer than many cities. Inside, more than 34 huge generators spin day and night, giving power to millions of homes across China. Next to the dam, giant ship locks lift boats up and down like floating elevators. Ships rise slowly, carried by water instead of machines. River cruises travel through the Three Gorges region, where misty mountains rise like green walls. Artists painted these cliffs for centuries, calling them China's natural poems. Scientists say the dam is so big it slightly changed Earth's rotation. Moving so much water changed how the planet spins. China built power from a river. But the following wonder comes from rooms filled with wires, steel, and machines. Places where robots learn to shape tomorrow. Number 41. DARPA, Robotics Labs, the birthplace of future machines. Inside hidden US research rooms, DARPA engineers build robots that walk, run, climb, rescue, and solve problems. These labs are where the machines of tomorrow are born. When you watch a robot dog climb stairs or see a tall robot walk through rubble without falling, something changes inside you. You realize the future is no longer science fiction. Humans are creating it right now. DARPA began in 1958 after the Soviet Union launched Sputnik into space. Its mission is to create new technology for protection, safety, and science. From these labs came ideas that shaped the modern world: the early internet, GPS, and powerful rescue robots. You cannot visit these secret labs, but DARPA's public robot competitions allow people to watch robots learn, fail, get back up, and improve. Crowds cheer as machines open doors, drive cars, climb ladders, and move like living helpers. Some DARPA robots learn by themselves, each step teaching them how to handle real-world danger. They are built to help humans survive disasters, explore danger zones, and save lives. Machines are building our future above ground. But beneath Paris lies a kingdom of bones waiting in darkness. Number 42. Paris Catacombs, the city of bones beneath the streets. Far below the busy streets of Paris, a hidden world waits in darkness. Over 200 miles of tunnels twist underground, holding the arranged bones of more than 6 million people. Long ago, crowded cemeteries overflowed, and the city moved the dead below to protect the living. Walking inside, rows of skulls watch silently. The air feels cold, the walls breathe history, and the quiet tells stories stronger than any whisper above ground. You realize that even the most romantic city holds a shadow city under its feet. The catacombs stay at 14 degrees Celsius all year. Bones are stacked in perfect patterns, almost like strange art made of time. Only a small section is legal to visit. The rest is locked away for safety. Visitors descend a long spiral staircase, each step taking them deeper from sunlight into memory. Down below, you feel how thin the line is between past and present. Some explorers, called cataphils, sneak into the forbidden tunnels, mapping dark paths no one has entered for centuries. A secret world under Paris keeps growing in mystery. Bones beneath Paris protect history. But Dubai built a golden frame to look into the future. Number 43. Dubai Frame. A golden gate. Between old and new Dubai, in the heart of Dubai, stands a tall golden rectangle called the Dubai Frame. It rises 150 meters high, shaped like a giant picture frame in the sky. Look through one side, and you see old Dubai with its markets and historic streets. Look through the other side, and you see new Dubai with huge towers and bright lights. Walking across the glass sky bridge feels like floating between two different worlds. Old memories stand on one side, and the future shines on the other. The whole city becomes a timeline under your feet. The landmark opened in 2018. Its gold-tinted steel shines in the sun, decorated with beautiful patterns inspired by Escher's art. The skybridge floor is made of clear glass, showing a long, dizzying drop below. For the best view, visit at sunset. Golden light turns the frame into a glowing door, and the city slowly shifts to neon night. Some architects say the design copies ideas from others, a debate as reflective as the frame itself. Dubai built a frame to honor time, but Singapore built a ship on the tops of towers. Number 44. Marina Bay Sands, the sky park that floats above Singapore. In Singapore, 3 tall towers hold up a long rooftop that looks like a boat in the sky. This building is called Marina Bay Sands, finished in 2010. It changed the whole city's skyline with its bold shape and shining lights. On top, there is a huge infinity pool, the largest rooftop pool in the world. When you swim there, the water seems to fall off the edge, and the city glows far below you. It feels like you are floating above the world. The towers stand about 200 meters tall. The rooftop pool stretches 150 meters long. The whole project cost around $5.5 billion, making it one of the most expensive buildings ever created. Only hotel guests can enter the rooftop pool, so rooms fill fast. At night, colorful laser shows light up the harbor and make everything look futuristic and bright. The rooftop is not flat. Engineers curved it so it can survive strong tropical storms and heavy winds. Singapore built a sky park in the clouds, and Japan built a bridge across powerful seas. Number 45. Akashi Kaikyo Bridge, Japan's bridge of impossible lengths. In Japan, the Akashi Kaikyo Bridge stretches across the wild Akashi Strait, a place known for strong winds, deep water, and dangerous storms. Opened in 1998, it holds the record for the longest central span of any suspension bridge in the world. Its middle section reaches an unbelievable 1,991 meters. When you stand under the bridge, steel cables rise above you like giant silver ropes touching the sky. Waves crash below, reminding you that this place once sank ships before the bridge existed. Here, humans challenged nature and won. The bridge survived the massive 1995 Kobe earthquake while still being built. The shaking was so strong, it pushed the 2 main towers farther apart by nearly 1 full meter. Engineers adjusted the design and kept building. Today, the bridge can handle earthquakes, strong winds, and huge temperature changes, because of special movable joints that let the steel expand and shrink safely. Visit the bridge's observation area to see steel and sea moving together like a calm dance. The view shows how human skill and natural power meet in one breathtaking line of engineering. Japan built strength over stormy waters, and the UAE built a mosque that shines like heaven. Number 46. Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque, a palace of marble and light. In Abu Dhabi, the Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque shines like a palace made of white marble and calm light. Completed in 2007, it brings together Islamic designs from many cultures to create one beautiful home of worship. Inside, giant chandeliers made of gold and crystals glow like stars hanging from the sky. The floors shine under your feet, and the whole place feels quiet, peaceful, and warm. Here, faith turns into art that touches the heart. The mosque can hold 40,000 worshippers during special prayers. Its carpet is the world's largest hand-woven carpet, soft, detailed, and made with care. 82 domes rise above the mosque, each catching moonlight at night and turning silver. Visitors should dress modestly, walk slowly, and watch how the sunset paints the marble gold. At blue hour, the mosque looks like it is glowing from the inside. Each calligraphy panel inside comes from a different Islamic region, a message of unity and shared history. The UAE built purity in stone, and France built a palace wrapped in gold. Number 47. Palace of Versailles, France's Kingdom of Gold. In France, the Palace of Versailles rises like a golden dream, built in the 1600s for powerful kings. It became the place where rulers lived in huge rooms, held grand parties, and controlled the nation. Inside the Hall of Mirrors, chandeliers sparkle in long rows, and reflections stretch so far they feel endless. Walking there feels like stepping into the past where royalty once walked in shining clothes. The palace has over 2,300 rooms, and its gardens spread across 800 hectares like a royal maze. Thousands of workers and artists shaped every fountain, statue, and wall with careful hands. Visitors wander the gardens slowly, hearing stories of kings, queens, and the revolution that ended their rule. Versailles became so expensive it helped push France toward bankruptcy and toward change. Europe built palaces of gold. Saudi Arabia built a clock tower seen from miles away. Number 48. The Great Clock of Mecca, the world's largest timekeeper. In the holy city of Mecca, a giant tower rises beside the Masjid al-Haram. The Mecca Clock Royal Tower, standing 601 meters tall. At the top, a huge clock with 4 shining faces watches over the city, visible from many kilometers away. Pilgrims from every nation look up at its glowing lights, feeling that even time slows down in this place of faith. Each clock face is 43 meters wide, big enough for Big Ben to fit inside. More than 2 million LEDs make the tower shine like a beacon through the night sky. It is one of the tallest buildings in the world. From the observation deck, the Kaaba appears small but deeply powerful, a spiritual heart seen from above. A lunar observatory on top helps track the Islamic calendar by watching the moon directly. Saudi Arabia built time into the sky. Europe built a tunnel beneath the sea. Number 49. The Channel Tunnel, the undersea train to another country. Opened in 1994, the Channel Tunnel runs 50 kilometers under the English Channel, connecting the United Kingdom and France with fast trains. It is a hidden world beneath the sea, built to link two nations once separated by water and wars. When the train enters the tunnel, the outside world disappears. Only the soft hum of speed remains. In just 35 minutes, you leave one country and arrive in another. A new language, a new land, a new story. The tunnel sits 75 meters below the seabed, deeper than many skyscrapers are tall. It has 3 separate tunnels, 2 for trains, 1 for emergencies, making it one of the safest railways on Earth. Eurostar trains glide through like silver arrows, carrying millions of travelers every year. Napoleon once dreamed of connecting England and France. Today, Technology finally made that dream real. Europe built a road beneath the ocean, but Kazakhstan launched humans into the cosmos. Number 50. The Soyuz Launch Complex, birthplace of the space age. At Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan, rockets have been rising into the sky since 1957, the place where the space age began. From here, Sputnik became the first satellite in orbit, and Yuri Gagarin became the first human to fly into space. This launch pad is where history learned to leave Earth. Standing near the site, the ground seems to shake with memory. You feel the power of engines that once carried brave explorers toward the stars. The Soyuz pad is the most used human spaceflight launch site ever built. After the space shuttle retired, every astronaut heading to the International Space Station launched from here. It remains a symbol of courage, science, and human curiosity. Visitors can join guided tours to watch rocket rollouts, giant machines slowly moving toward the place where fire lifts dreams beyond gravity. This is where the space age began, and it still sends tomorrow into the sky. These 50 wonders are more than buildings and bridges. They are the strongest proof of what humans can do when courage meets imagination. They remind us that humans are builders, thinkers, and dreamers all at the same time. If we don't protect these wonders, time will slowly erase them, just like it erased whole empires. From ancient kingdoms to modern skylines, from temples carved into mountains to space stations floating beyond the clouds. One truth always shines through. Humans are dreamers, and we build our dreams into the world. They are proof that every generation leaves a story behind. So now the question is yours. Which wonder will you see first? Every visit keeps their stories alive. These wonders exist because someone dared to say, impossible is not a fact, it's a challenge. So go, explore cities shaped by emperors, temples shaped by faith, bridges shaped by bravery, machines shaped by pure imagination. And now, a new generation, our generation, must protect these marvels. If these 50 wonders filled your heart with excitement, then join us again. Subscribe, follow, and come back for more journeys that will lift your spirit higher than any skyscraper or mountain. So tell us, which wonder will you see first? The glowing Taj Mahal in India? The mighty Colosseum in Rome? Or the International Space Station, flying above Earth this very moment? Wherever you go, adventure is already waiting for you, and the next wonder is just one dream away.